What's going on, brother?
Oh man,
I
I
know
was
you was
out.
tired. You was
Yeah,
tired.
but once I got the call, I said, okay, gotta go, gotta go. I ain't brushing nothing. I just said I'm going. Yeah,
Really?
yeah,
That serious?
yeah. I got to. I gotta be there. I gotta make sure I get up and take care of
That's
business.
too funny. That's too funny.
Yeah. What's going on? Though? What you got going?
So I waited to. I went. I had went early. Well, they was in here, but I said, well, I'll just come back when I get you on here. Listen, these people want. These people is nosy. They want me to ask you all these questions.
I will run it then. I
All right.
mean, we got to get the people what they want.
Right. So okay, tell them who you is. They already know who you is because when I said your name on my TikTok, how do you know him?
You my family. What you mean? How you know him?
I
I'm
know,
Terrance
right?
Gangster Williams, aka OG Giggity, aka Terrance Gangster Brook. Why? Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so
Let's,
you know you don't interview me before, so now it's my turn to interview you.
but let's get it.
Okay, so the first question they want to ask, they want me, my followers want to ask is, how was it for you growing up in New Orleans as a kid or as a teenager?
It was fun. It was adventurous. Um, I didn't have no problems. I did a lot of uh, dirt because I wanted to, because I wanted to be down or I wanted to be seen. So it was pretty cool, you know,
You
growing
know, they
up
have this big
in
stigma on growing up in New Orleans. It's like the worst thing ever. You know, when you see it on the TV screen, New Orleans, it's the worst place in America. It's the worst place to live.
no, it wasn't like that because I grew up in Gertown, 17th Ward, and honestly, I didn't see no killing. I didn't see nobody get murdered until I moved to the Callio Project
Right,
in the 80s, So growing up in Gertown, the 17th Ward, it wasn't violent back. I was on a swimming team.
right.
Uh, you know, I had learned how that when I first learned how to steal, but at the A&P grocery store. But yeah, man, I didn't see nothing violence until we moved to the Callio Project. That's when I
Okay.
started seeing the violence.
And that's what most people hear about those, those places. They only, they only highlight the bad areas. They don't say nothing about the good stuff.
Right.
Mainstream media.
Mhm.
Okay, so they want to know how you and Baby is Slim related.
We had the same father.
Okay,
Yeah.
so they got the same daddy, y'all. The same daddy.
Same papa. I'm the baby pappy.
Okay, they want to know how much time did you get
I
in
got
your case.
I was sentenced. Okay, let me tell you what's crazy. I was sentenced. Okay, I had pled guilty to continuing criminal enterprise,
Hmm.
and I had my PSI was done. For those who don't know, PSI when they go back and do a background check on your whole life story, your family members, your school, who all your children, all they put all this in the PSI, a report for the judge. Well, I had scored out to 20 years because I had a 848. So while I was waiting to get sentenced, a guy that I was cool with in juvenile jail, he knew about the beef and the stuff we had going on the streets. So he went to the prosecutors and said, "Hey, I might could get gangster co-defendant to talk." So he wore while you in the jail, and my co-defendant was talking about stuff I didn't have nothing to do with, but
Right.
by me being the boss of the case, they gave me a
It
life
automatic.
sentence.
That's
They came
crazy.
back. I didn't get indicted. I didn't get charged for the murders. They just gave me an enhancement, and they gave me life in 20 years. And in 2002, my case was overturned, and the judge ran in 20 years concurrent with the life sentence. He gave me life again, gave me life twice.
That's crazy. Like, and they think, and it's just like that was legal for them to do that. No, they
Yeah,
didn't even know how you get charged for how you do not get charged for something and still get a life sentence, and they don't care. Like the criminal justice system in America is horrible.
the judge said by the preponderance of the evidence, he said I feel like you did it or you had something to do with it. It gave me a life sentence.
Don't you hate that you remember what he said?
No, cause I gotta remember every word to keep me out of trouble.
Ugh,
Yeah,
everything I remember every word like the prosecutor said and
yeah,
everything. Like, why do I
yeah.
remember those points? Like, why does that sit
Right.
out to me? Okay, let's see what else they got. Uh, how did you transition your religion? Did you do it in prison or did you do it before?
Okay, I remember back in 1995, I took Shahada.
Hmm.
Okay. When I went and did my state bid, I didn't learn nothing. So when I went home in '96, there was a guy in the next Islam coming to project. You know how the is coming, everybody just take out running. So
Hmm.
he's coming to project to talk to us, and we would leave. So one day he just banged on my door hard. So I come out like, "What's up, man?" And we started talking. And yeah, he took me for a ride. We was talking, and then he invited me to the mosque downtown on Diamond in the east, downtown in Ninth Ward. It's
Hmm.
about a shipping too. I guess that's the east. But anyway, so I go there, they pat us down, took the lighters, took whatever certain stuff you had, you couldn't go upstairs with it. And I was intrigued how the men sat right here and the women sat on the other side of us. And I was like, wow, that's pretty cool. And there was some young guys like around my age up there talking. I was like, I like how they talking. So I had joined the Nation Islam on the street, but I wasn't too serious about it. It wasn't until I went to the Fed that my
Correct.
homeboy, he was the minister. So, but he being my homeboy, he the minister. So, I joined, I went with them and I stayed with the Nation Islam for 8 years. And then in 2005, I took Shahada again and I started studying, I started reading, and then I started understanding what was the difference. So, yeah, that helped me out a lot too.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So they also want to know, how was it being in the game and starting a record label with your brothers?
Wait, how was it being in a gang?
How in the game, like in the street life? How was it being
Oh,
in street life? And
oh, in a game. Okay,
yeah,
well, it was easy because, back then, cash money was just getting going. So it's like, I'm getting more street money than what you getting, selling CDs.
correct.
So, you know what I'm saying? So I wasn't trying to hit that. I might come through, here goes some money, hold this, come on the bus, or we would use their bus when they go out of town to meet with our connect, at the hotel because it was a free ride for us and we can get dope back easy,
Right.
on a bus. So it was pretty cool because when we go out of town, a lot of female used to take me for BG back then. So he would be in a hotel, yeah, and I'm getting all the girls.
Yes, y'all do.
Wow, what's that? So it was be pretty cool. Yeah, it was pretty cool. Hmm.
That's what's up. About five ladies want to know if you're single.
No,
I I wasn't gonna answer
no.
that for them. I wanted to say not at all. I
How
was
many of them
like,
it is?
it's
It's
like five
five
or
of them.
six, five or six of them.
Man,
Don't
why
start
you?
yet.
Hey
Don't
yo,
start.
let me see how let me see their picture. Now tell them I'm not single. Tell them tell them I'm taken. Um, yeah, man. Yeah, and she crazy too. The one I got, she's crazy.
She's not crazy.
She's real crazy.
No, she's not. Do
Yeah,
not
you
call.
gonna
She's
take
not.
up for her because that's your sister. You gonna take
Yeah,
up for
of
her. Man,
course, of
she
course.
crazy.
What advice would you give to the youth about the streets, about prison, like stuff like that? Because a lot of kids think that this is what they're supposed to do or this is what they have to do to prove, but only if they knew that it doesn't even matter.
The first thing is they have to conquer the peer pressure because a lot of people do stuff just because a homie will say something like, like, man, you fake it, you ain't real, you scared to do this or you scared to do that. You know, Once they can get over the fear that you not worry about what the next man say about you,
Right,
then everything else gonna come easy. Because actually growing up, I didn't have those problems. I just wanted to be known and wanted to be seen. So I did things. I didn't have a peer pressure on me. I just wanted that. I just wanted the attention. But these in this day and time, it's totally different.
right,
So I advise them first of all, you got to find somebody to hang out with that's not into violence or selling drugs or want to be down. Uh, get away from the materialistic things
right,
because that's what caused a lot of the problems when they want the materialistic things. If they can find somebody to hang out with that just don't care about that kind of stuff, that want to learn, that want to read, that want to study, that want to try to find a way to make legal money, then that's the route you have to
correct,
take because trouble is easy to get into, hard to get out. You know,
correct.
and what the first thing we do is we want to fuss at moms. Mama, you make me sick. Mama won't hear nothing. But the minute them police put the handcuffs on, oh
Oh, mama,
mama, Mama, can you come get me?
Call my,
Yo, we
calling
call
your mama.
Mama Love, man. We called her Mama Love, but Mama
Right,
Love make us sick when we not in trouble. Boy, the minute we get in trouble, we miss our mama. You
right.
know. So I advise them to, you know, conquer that peer pressure and stop worrying about what the next man gonna say. Stop worrying about it because if they think about it, um, and that's what I'm doing with my nonprofit now, trying to
Right,
set it up where a lot of these youngsters could talk to the youngsters that's already incarcerated. What it is, no, okay, man, this man got a juvenile life. He's not gonna come home again,
right.
until he get older. And now you have a chance. You out here right now, So I'm trying to put that little program together right now as we speak because they need help. They really need us.
Yes, it's even worse now because all they want to do is shoot. They don't want to fight. All they want to do is shoot to kill. That's the
Yeah.
object of their lifestyle right now.
Hmm.
Okay. So the next question is, how was it being in federal prison for so long?
And you know what? This might be sound weird to some people. Um, I had got adjusted. Because in my mind I was like, okay, I'm never going home. But the good thing for me was I had outside support,
Mhm.
and you really need the outside support. With
Correct.
outside support, your bid going to be a lot. When I say bid, for those who don't know about bid, it means your prison stay is going to be a whole lot smoother. Um, I always had visitation. I got a chance to see all my children, well, the majority of them. But I always had visit. My mother always came to see me. I had tremendous support from cash money. So
Correct.
I don't know how I feel to do bad. Like, some people be like, oh man, I can't go to commissary, or I don't have money to call home, or I don't have money on my books. I don't know how that feel because they took care of me my whole bid.
Right.
So, and then I was moving from prison to prison. That's another way you break up your bid. You might stay at this prison for 2, 3 years. Okay, that's enough time to go pack it up, go to another prison, go to another state. You just traveling and you breaking your bid up. And I did 23 years and 10 months. That time went by fast for me, real
Yeah, it's
fast.
what's crazy is, most women want to stay in one spot. Women don't like
Right.
to be transferred. They want to just do all their time at one spot. So when a woman gets transferred, it's like a it's a big thing for them. They don't really like they like women don't like that. Let me stay here and let me do my time and let it be done and over with. So
Well,
that's the difference with
yeah, you
women.
got some guys like that too. When you get to a prison that's laid back, like
Right,
if you once you've been to travel, once you've been to penitentiaries, mediums where they stabbing, fighting, gang fighting, and you losing good time, you getting stabbed up, your homies getting beat up, you getting ran up the yard, you get tired of that. So once you find a prison that's laid back that don't have that, yeah, it's gonna be the same thing. They
want to
gonna want
stay.
to squat. For me, only thing I don't like when it's time to pack out, cause I don't want to lose my property. Cause sometimes your
Yep,
property get lost,
yep,
we don't know where it's at. What you mean? So you got to go through that. But
yep.
sometimes it's good when you got doing time to break it up, to move to different spots.
Right.
Get adjusted. But as soon as you get adjusted to this spot, it'll be time to go home.
The next question is the greatest question. How was it on your first day out? How did you feel when you knew you was getting ready to come home and when you actually got home?
Okay, the thing about because like some people had a release date going to the halfway house or going home. I didn't have that, so I waited till after Christmas was over with. I waited till after New Year was over with, and I was like, you know what? Let me go up here to the record room now and tell them, hey, because I had my attorney to send me the resentence, the judgment commitment. I had them to mail it to me, so I had
Hmm.
my own copy. Whereas when you wait for the court, it might take 2, 3 weeks. So I was
Right.
like, you know what? Let me go up here and bring this paper to them and talk to them up here in record to see if they could fax it to Grand Prairie so we can get this going ahead of time. And I went up there and I was talking to that man. He was like, no, I had seen him a few days before. He's like, man, you getting out, huh? I said, yeah. He said, man, you should be getting out. I said, man, I should be getting immediate release, huh? He said, no, man, you should be going home in August. Did you? I said, August. I said, no, man, something ain't right. So he said, man, I made a call. They told me how to calculate the time. So I go back up there. Man, listen, I went to, if not everybody in my unit, just about, and
You
said, how much time you got? When you were sentenced? All right,
your
hold up.
calculation right. You
Yeah, I was
calculate
careful. Yeah, because I wanted to make sure I was doing it because I didn't have good time because I had a
right.
life sentence.
Right.
So yeah, so then I go to the record room this morning and I see a cool guy up there. I said, hey man, I said, can you fax this over to Grand Prairie? I said, man, because I think I supposed to go home, man. He was like, Oh man, according to my calculator. So I went to pull out the paper to show him the mat, the 85%. He
Right.
was like, oh man, me and your mat gonna be different. I said, man, mat the same around the United States. What you mean it's gonna be different? You know?
Right.
So I said, well, man, just back to them and let them and didn't holler at me, man. So I walked off. I go to my cell and I'm talking to my homeboy baby from Pensacola, Florida. And I was like, man, I'm gonna get the shower, man. I don't know that man must mail that paper to them people or fax it to the people. I
Right.
go jump in the shower. Soon as I got in the shower, so letting the hot water soothe me.
Right.
Terrance Williams, I'm like, man, what's up? That's my counselor calling me. So he was like, get ready. I was like, what, man? He say, all right, you ain't getting out. I jumped out the shower. I ain't bathing. I hurry up, jumped out.
That's
What's
crazy.
going on? He said, you get immediate relief. I ran in that cell, gave the stuff where I would give away, put my Quran and my prayer rug and some of my important papers in my
Hmm.
garbage bag. Yeah, I get up.
I
You know
know.
what? But one thing I made a mistake. What I did was I uh I gave all my clothes away, I didn't realize it was cold. So
Oh,
yeah, when I got out and got to that bus station, and I'm seeing these people on a cell phone. This girl was on a cell phone. She was looking at the girl, looking at her a guy.
right.
And I was sitting down. I'm looking at her. I'm looking at the phone, and I see them talking. She's looking at him. And they looking at each other. I'm like, hey, excuse me. I said, he can see you. Y'all can see each other. She looked at me like, yeah, like I was like, oh my bad, I just got the fed. I didn't know. She said, oh, okay. So she lightened up a little bit,
Hmm.
and then I seen other people. That stuff freaked me out. To see them on these cells because I saw a payphone in the bus station. I wanted to use that,
Right.
and and I was so excited too that by the time we got to Pensacola, I jumped off the bus and was like, man, mom, y'all gotta come get me. Because I don't want to ride on this bus this long. I can't call. I can't talk to nobody. Y'all need to come pick me up. So they
Right.
drove like 2.5 hours from New Orleans to Pensacola. I got out. I was at a gas station
Hmm.
late at night. It's cold, and I'm like, and behind me is like a neighborhood. So I'm like, man, I hope nobody don't come out here trying to ride me. I don't got nothing. Well, I had to call when I had my money on. So I was
Right.
like,
Right.
so
They
get
don't
this.
know nothing about that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I saw this guy in the truck. I said, hey man, can I use your phone? He was like, no. He's a black guy too, so I thought maybe he would help me out. But I was like, all right. Then I said, well, man, we at the gas station. It's late. The gas station is closed. We the only two right here. So I walk over. I go stand back on the front where the highway at, on the road. So when he put off to go out to the road, he stopped. He said, "Hey," he said, "Here." He gave me like a pack where he say one you put on your body to keep your body warm, and one he say rub it on your hands. So I was like, I was thinking about the Ebola and all kind of other stuff, man. What he might be trying to pass me? What rub? What I'm gonna do with this? So I
You worry about Ebola in the
yeah, I'm
free
worried
world.
about. I done got out. I don't need. Listen, I just did 23 years and 10 months in the jungle. I don't need to
Right.
get out here and let
Yeah. Go
nothing.
fight something else.
Yeah. So he must have seen, that I wasn't on no bull crap. He said, man, what's your mother number? I gave my mother number, and he called her and he told him the exact gas station where I was at. And about 10, 15 minutes later, they pull up. I was so happy I jumped in that car, and we went to the Waffle House. That's the first thing I went to go eat, the Waffle
Yeah.
House.
Some cheese eggs.
Yeah, grits and eggs. Yeah, yeah. Went to that Waffle House. Yeah.
What's up though? That's what's up. So okay, so this is the questions that a lot of people want to, because a lot of female and males want to know the difference between a male facility and a women's prison. I told them my perspective. There's no violence. There's no gangs. There's no racial it's none of that in female prisons. Like the ones I was in, the four that I was in, I never had to worry about no we never had to worry about lockdown because of gang relations or fighting. You might get a girlfriend on girlfriend fighting or something like that, but you never gonna get like no riot, none of that. So what's the difference in men's facilities than women?
Okay, now we got it's levels. Okay, now in the camp, the men camp ain't nothing going on because it's a camp.
Right.
Some of the lows is laid back. Now when you get to the medium, from the medium into the USP, the penitentiaries, now it changes. The difference when you first come in, uh, any one of the a low, a medium, in the pen. As soon as you come in, they gonna want to know where you're from.
Right.
Sometimes they already be they be expecting you to come because they already
When
look
they
at the
know who you
laundry.
are.
Right. They know you
Especially if
coming.
you already got a name for yourself.
Exactly. They know you coming. So some of your homeboys gonna come to you with a care package. You stuff. Now here's another thing. See, I'm from Louisiana and I'm not known. And I come to the compound. So this is how they're gonna try to trick you. Because you don't have all your paperwork done, your stuff. So they're gonna be like, they're gonna bring you a big old bag of goodies and clothes and all kind of stuff, right? And they're gonna bring that bag to you and put it by you and say, listen, if you a rat, if you a snitch, don't touch this bag. Don't take our stuff, man. So now you're in a trick bag because if you're a rat and you don't touch that bag, they might stab you up or beat you up or run you up the compound right then and there.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know what I'm saying? A lot of dudes is like, man, nah, I'm good, homie. I'm gonna get my paperwork coming. And they've been cooperated, but they know they got time because they'll give you 30 days to get your paperwork. So they'll be on the compound for like a week or two, get some drugs, what all they gonna get, and then go down and duck off in the hole. But
Right.
the difference between the men and the women is all blacks, just because you black, they don't accept you. They on some geographical time. If you're from Florida, you're gonna go with your Florida homeboys. If you from Louisiana, but you have what you call the dirty South car where Florida, Louisiana, Texas, Mississippi, Georgia, Tennessee, all of them has come together as a coalition, but it's segregated in there. The sales they call real estate. You might
Right.
have 10 sales and all these 10 cells gonna belong to everybody from Florida, or all Bloods, or all Crips, or all GDs. So if I come up on the compound and that cell open, and if it's a Blood cell or a Crip cell, I can't go to that cell.
Right.
Or or my homie might say, look, man, let him sleep another night, and then when the council come tomorrow, we're gonna make arrangements to move him with us. Everybody uh, from your neighborhood, I mean, from your state or your city or your group, y'all gonna sleep by one another because you're not going to see a black cell, a white cell, a Mexican cell, a black, because if a race ride jump off or something pop off, as soon as they pop them doors, you could stab me. But if I sleep with all my people right here, it's like
Mm-hmm.
neighbors. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I know I'm protected. um it's a lot of politics in the penitentiary. It get dangerous because you could be like, I seen a guy, he had 2 weeks to go home, and the guy just walked up to, I told you I'm gonna get you, and stabbed and killed the man. You know what I'm saying? So um it becomes dangerous in them penitentiaries. Some mediums too, you got a lot of guys that just miserable.
Right.
This is the number one rule for visit in prison. For number one, do not broadcast that you're going to visit. That's number one.
Okay.
Number two, don't get dressed ahead of time because you got to keep in mind you got the haters. Even some of the guys that play like they cool with you, they're not going to visit, so they don't want to see you go to visit. They don't want to see you go enjoy yourself. So when you say, "Yeah, my people come and go to visit," you get your clothes all ironed up, you got your creases, you looking good, you got
Right.
your little oil on, you smelling good, you got the Izzy Miyagi on, and every time you hear that, hey yo, every time you hear that phone ring, you thinking the CEO about to call your name, but he called it John, Butler, Brown, Mayhem, all names except for William. Now you looking stupid. Now you
Right.
going around the phone trying to. They ain't picking up, so you wondering like, oh, they might be out there because they ain't answering the phone, so they out there in the visiting part. They waiting to get processed in, and you never go to visit, so now they laughing at you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Misery loves company. So and it just was a bunch of miserable dudes in prison. I've been around a bunch of miserable guys.
Right.
So male prison is rough. I would say that it's rough. If you don't have a name, if you don't have money, or if you can't fight, they're gonna run over you. Now you got some homeboys that'll be like, man, that's my little homie. He ain't cooperated with the government. He not a snitch. I'm gonna make sure he good. You with us? Come on, homie. They're gonna take care of you. But sometimes then you gotta be careful with that because sometimes your homies pull you in to use it for a holster. A holster is here, homie. You hold a knife. So now you got 10, 15 weapons you holding, and you hoping the people don't run out of your cell because now you
Right.
can get a new charge, get more
Right.
time. Man, that male prison stuff is just crazy. It's dangerous, and you're not promised to make it.
See, and we don't, and we didn't have that. Like, people want to know, like, when is your date? Or like, they was happy that you was going home. The females was happy that you got some that was miserable. You did have like the Florida, DC, like, but it was Philadelphia. Like, but we didn't. It didn't matter because like some of my best friends from Philadelphia, some of my best friends from Baltimore. Like, we didn't have like no oh, you from here, you from here, you from, it didn't matter. I did experience a little bit in Connecticut because we was close to up north, and like the DMV thought they ran the FCI or whatever, and but everybody else was like, what are y'all talking like? Nobody paid attention. We always thought they were just crazy because they was wild and out of control. So we used to be like, y'all ain't nothing like that. And I was like probably like the three girls from Florida that was there. So I was like exotic to them. And I had gold in my mouth. So they was like, you got what? How did y'all do? Like that was something different to them. Cause I was up
Right.
north, so we didn't really have like the gang. I swear, not 99% of the time the compound got closed down is either when the mail facility was closing, they done got into it, or girlfriends was fighting. Like other than that, it was never no races or Mexicans versus the blacks, none of that. So people be like saying that this is, I was like, but not in the female prisons. I can't speak for what happens in the men, but in the females, we didn't have to go through none of that. And people don't believe that.
Yeah, it went down in that male facility.
I know.
You, I done seen blacks and whites fight behind TV. I done seen Mexicans and blacks fight behind the TV, a race
Right,
riot. I done seen with an iron. Now I had the iron next. Man, what an iron, that's how the phone,
right,
yo, all kind of petty. You said it didn't happen in the federal system. All
right,
ho- boyfriend squabbles, like one guy be dating one guy, right? They
right,
break up, so the guy start dating another guy, and now this guy jealous. He say something. Now it's a fight, and then the homies don't know what they fight behind. There is no
right,
fighting jumped off. So now it's a race. I mean, it's a state war now.
right.
Florida and Louisiana might be at war, stabbing and fighting each other. When you get to the whole, hey, yo, what that was behind? What happened, homie? Oh man, homie got bad because the homie said, what? I'm about to
Right.
lose my good time behind, you know what I'm saying? So, and then this is what they did in one of the prisons where I was at. They got a thing, a law they come up with called PREA. So what they
Right.
did was, and let the transgender walk the yard now. So now on the commissary, they could get makeup, eyelashes, and all kind of stuff for the
So
homosexuals.
like when they
Where
had in
they,
female prisons, they took it to the male.
yeah, in the prison where I was at, they was out allowing the transgender to order, and they have it on there only like the jergen lotion, right?
Right.
Only the transgender could order that.
Oh wow.
Certain tennis shoes, certain stuff they was letting. Like I said, they had the lipstick, they had all that old mascara, all that old stuff women use. They
Right.
had it on the commissary for the homosexuals there.
See, prior to us meant that, like staff and inmate relationships. That's
Right.
a lot of that happened in there too, because a lot of the females was messing with the male staff members, and a lot of the time the compound would get closed because of that. You see how they did in Tallahassee. I had just got to Tallahassee, and I was in the shoe because of that happening. But yeah, like prior to us mean like just girlfriend on girlfriend relationship. Once y'all get into it so many times, they gonna ship you. That's how it
Yeah.
was for us.
Yeah, that's how it was. That's what the prayer was. Sexual assault, sexual
Right,
harassment, and all
right.
that. That's what the prayer was. That was what it was for. But you know, in the book,
It
it
helped.
allowed the transgender to say this too. Hey, I don't want to sell with this regular guy right here. I want to sell with another transgender. I don't feel safe. So
Oh,
yeah, let them be able to get their own sale or sell with their own the community. You know,
oh
but it
wow.
was, yeah, because you had people on my compound with breasts and with their butt done.
I can believe it. I can believe it.
Listen, I'm talking about. You used to see guys, right, when they call a movie. You know, you call a movie, you got like just imagine like a canal street, like a busy street, like how New York, how these streets be
Right, right,
busy.
right.
So when the move on, right, I'm in the law library, I'm looking out the window, and I see a lot of people walking, and it was a transit that just hit the compound. So certain guys are wait till they come up there, be waiting. When soon the bus come in, they see them come in, and they bring them a big bag of stuff. Like, what's up? My name's such and such. Da 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 da. What unit you in? Walk them to their unit and get them dressed. And now they fix their pants where they got
They
tight
also
pants on,
put
and
it
now they
forward.
got their butt done. So they got the real hair like the women, and it be a show that it's that could be a little movie now that I think about it,
Right.
because that's some. The federal system is like a world inside of a world.
Listen, people don't believe that. Listen, if you
Yes.
see, listen, if you could see my TikTok, they think that the free world rules matter in prison. It doesn't matter. What goes on in prison is not what goes on the street. And what y'all
Mhm.
think they done showed y'all on TV about what prison is, it's not.
Totally different.
It's not. Like, listen,
Totally different.
they don't care who you is, who you was before. I don't, my video went viral of El Chapo's wife and my homegirl BG. They trying to tell me that that's her bodyguard. No, that's her girlfriend. Y'all can't tell me I lived this life for 10 years. It don't matter who she is. It don't matter if she could have been El Chapo's mama. If she was gonna be friendly to one of them bulldaggers, they was gonna get her.
Yeah, that just you know what? No, but you know what? Sis, this what I learned. This is why a lot of people can't fathom that because they haven't been in prison, and
Right,
so they, like you said, they look at what's going on TV. We experienced it, we seen this stuff, so we seeing with our own eyes that
right,
wow, this is what's going on. This is how prison life go. Like you might see, let me tell you who the freakiest people uh in the Fed, men wise, the natives. When they get drunk, that little girl come out them and they get the yo, yo, you'll see that towel go up where they
right,
block the window, the
right, right,
window,
right, right, right.
it's going down. Or you'll see them sneak in the shower. It's just all kind of stuff that go on in prison that
And people don't believe
people,
it.
yeah, they would be like, what? Yeah, it really
That's
happens. That's
that's
a
what.
world inside another world.
And people don't. I be
Yeah.
like telling them like, you don't know. Oh, she can't. Like they was trying to use the race card. I said, listen, in federal prison for women, race doesn't matter. They don't care if you this color, this color, this color. If somebody like you, they're gonna make advances. They gonna have this type of friend already to tell you I like her. Like they gonna have ways to advance to get you.
Right.
It's not gonna be just oh I'm gonna force you. It's none of that. That's why I be like they used to be like you never got forced to do what? I'm my own. Like we didn't have to do none of that stuff. Like so they think that it's a blip. Like they used to get so used to mainstream media and what the media tells them how prison is, but that ain't it.
And
No.
you know what's crazy? Like you may have the Mexicans, right? You got some Mexicans don't want to deal with blacks. So
Right.
now when you got a gay Mexican, the gay Mexican might tell the person, listen, I like you, but my people not gonna let me mess with you. So go down to the school area in the morning or meet me at the medical, so they finding ways to hook up. It's going down in that
This is
prison.
what's so crazy. In the female prisons, if a Mexican like a black person or a black girl, we would be closer as Mexican and blacks than it would be for me to mess with a white girl. They would rather me mess with a Mexican than a white girl, or like they don't want to see that. They'll go with this like that's why they was like, oh, listen, it don't matter to them. Them people ain't no color in federal prison for women. They don't
Yeah,
care.
yeah, well, see, that's what I'm saying. Like in the medium, white, black, Chinese, tall, short, or midget, it don't matter. They gonna date. They gonna
Right.
date to sell together. Because a lot of people like or plague their homophobia kick in, and then they be like, man, I ain't with that. So if you white or whatever, they don't mind who you date because they're like, oh, I don't get on, I don't mess around. So I don't care, and they're moving to cell together. They have, that stuff just go on in prison.
Right.
That's
You
what
can't you
happens.
know what goes on when that door shut.
Yeah, that's a
With that
fact. The boom boom room is going
the
down.
boom
They had a little
with that
red lights,
know
they
what
little
goes
green lights up.
on.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes.
well,
Yes.
that's crazy. Well, you
Okay.
already know that I'm gonna have to go get this little baby. His daddy is waiting for me to get off. I'm so glad you came on. Oh my God, I'm so happy now I can interview you now.
All right. Well, listen. You want to come back again tomorrow?
We can come back tomorrow.
All right. All right. Now we gotta come back like around 8 my time, 9 your time. That's too late.
Nope, it's not. It's perfect time. Look, all the kids will be here, so I won't be rushed. He'll be out there with the kids.
All right. Cool.
Definitely.
So have your questions ready and
I
tell
will.
your
I'm gonna
people
go back
to
on
have
my
your
followers
questions
and
ready.
ask them to give me some more questions to ask you.
All
I'm,
right. Yeah.
I'm ready.
We're gonna get it in. All right.
All right.
All right.
Thanks.
Thank you for having me.
Mm-hmm.
All right.